The new parts have arrived from the factory without issue. They'll be fitted to the car in time for the next session.
Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Welcome to episode 9 now of my F1 2018 career mode. So today we've got a couple of new upgrades on the car. It's going to be good for the British Grand Prix. It's quite an average track, I believe. As you can see now, we're just behind Renault. I don't think we actually were like that in the last race, which was amazing. You should go watch it if you did not. We finished P4, spoiler alert. But we finished practice 2, as you can see. In P1 we did make the last lap, so we had the most grip, and we're only a couple of guys who actually used the soft tire for their last lap. But yeah, it's going to be wet for qualifying, just a part of it, but yeah, big things are expected. Claire actually asked us if we had high hopes for qualifying, that we finished first, and yeah, I think we can continue that on in qualifying.
It's time once again then for qualifying here at Silverstone on what we're hoping will be a tight contest for pole position. And as we count down to that green light, I have to say, Anthony Davidson, that this rain is not showing any signs whatsoever of abating. I imagine we'll be looking at some last-minute setup changes to better adapt these cars to the conditions. What do you think?
The trouble is, Crofty, they need to be thinking about the race tomorrow. You don't want to go jacking up the ride heights and piling on a few points of extra downforce that you're not going to want in the Grand Prix itself. The Parc Fermé regulations mean that you have to make that choice. The best thing the drivers can do is adapt with the tools they have available in the cockpit. Moving the brake bias forward will help stop the rear end slipping out under braking, and opening up the differential can really help tame the oversteer on corner exit. The drivers that can make best use of these techniques will have the best chance for success here today.
We don't need to push too hard in this session. We should have the pace to qualify easily.
And so we went out on our first lap in this session in Q1. It was intermediate conditions, and we make our first lap. It wasn't the best, because you can see as I go for another lap at the end, we are currently in 15th, so we are just in, but that's not going to be good for us. But you can see, continuing on, this is going to be a banger of a lap. We lose a bit of time there on the exit, but as we go into the line here, we're going to improve by 1.3 seconds, and it's going to be P8, which is great. That is a great result, and I think both Toro Rosso cars are true for Q2. Yes, they are. So a decent session there. Just 8 tenths, just 9 tenths off really of the first place. But yeah, continuing on now. This is Q2. Cutting the corner a bit there. I always judge that corner wrong. But we're gonna try and beat, or at least be close to Max Verstappen's time, which is a 1:28.3 if I can see correctly. But as we cross the line now, we are 3.3 seconds slower, and in P14. That was a horrible lap, but we waited till the end of the session and we went out for one more lap because we actually have a couple of extra sets available of tires, and so we went out because of intermediate conditions. And as you can see, we're going to improve by over 2 seconds, and that is going to be P10. So just in, going to make it in Q3. Oh no, we don't. Oh, that's a poor result. P13 for us and P12 for Gasly. He has out-qualified us by quite a big margin, 3 tenths. And that's not good. The team are not going to be happy with that one. We have maxed our reputation with Sauber and Williams, but I don't think we're going to get through. We're going to go with them. The team are definitely not happy, but I'm hopeful for the race, and you know, maybe we can get some good overtakes. We did change the CE on the car because it was nearing its life ending, so we can have a fresh engine for the race.
We're right back where it all began. The very first World Championship Grand Prix was held here at Silverstone in 1950, with Giuseppe Farina taking the top step of an all-Alfa Romeo podium. He earned 9 championship points that day on his way to the inaugural title. His winning total at the season's end, just 30 points. My, how times have changed. So let's see who can reach the top step of the modern podium today. Magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Renault. They've had 1 retirement in the last 5 races. What do you think that says about the reliability of their car?
I think they can be fairly pleased with that record so far. The first thing any good car needs is a solid, reliable base with which to build on, and they seem to have that this season.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Kimi Raikkonen starts today from pole position, and P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo, a strong showing from the Australian. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Bottas, Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen, Grosjean, Sainz, Hülkenberg and Kevin Magnussen. Gasly, the rookie, Sergio Perez and Ocon, Alonso, Leclerc, Lance Stroll and Sergei Sirotkin. Ericsson and Stoffel van Dorn completes the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
We're not starting where we wanted. We'll need to fight our way up the grid today.
So it's going to be a dry Grand Prix all the way. We are going to start on a fresh set of softs because we did not make it to Q3, and if we did, we would have had to start on the tires we set our fastest lap with. So it's going to be a bit of an advantage, but yeah, we're gonna hope we can get off to a good start because our pace doesn't seem too good in this race. But yeah, we're just gonna hope for a good race as we now complete the flying lap. We're actually starting P12 instead of P13 because of some penalties. So Gasly right in front of us and Magnussen straight in front. It's going to be counting down to 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. It's a poor start, to be honest. Gasly gets off to a flying start, but Perez now is going to be close to us as we try and jump a couple of cars. We only get Magnussen there, but maybe trying to go down the inside of Hülkenberg doesn't quite work out. He didn't even leave any room. He completed that corner as if he even wasn't there. These AI are really crazy sometimes, and you're gonna see that during the course of the season and race. You're gonna see down the inside we try and go. We actually leave him so much room. We actually go on the grass there to leave him the room. But now skipping to lap 2, there's Gasly trying to pass us. We block him there in a clean way. But as you can see in front of us, too wide, they're going into Maggots and Beckett. Yes, I definitely know this corner name. But yeah, and Hülkenberg manages to pass Sainz there, and look at how good of a run we have compared to them. Maybe we can use the slipstream and DRS with overtake mode on. Damn, as Sainz actually makes a move on Hülkenberg round the outside. What a move that was! Unbelievable. I haven't actually seen that one move like that in a while. That was unbelievable. But lap 4 now, we managed to pass Hülkenberg, but he's still gonna try and hold it off, and he's actually punted us off. What the hell was that? and we've actually broken Magnussen's front wing. And we have lost 2 positions in a matter of seconds. I don't think that was my fault. This race is going by flying by actually. But yeah, that is our strategy. And lap 6 now, people are going to make their stops. We're up to P4 now, and Gasly's up to a podium position, even though we know that's not gonna last so long because of the people that made their stops. But now we're gonna pit this lap. Gasly's gonna pit as well. I didn't think this one through actually, because I wanted to make the undercut, and we might actually get blocked here by Gasly. Maybe Toro Rosso really need to make a quick pit stop here to ensure that we don't get blocked, because time is precious. No, we do get blocked, and that's so much time wasted. I mean, it's a quick stop, and once again by the McLaren and Force India. Unbelievable. We're gonna come out in, we're currently P12. I think we're gonna come out in like P15. Yes, P15, as we get jumped by Alonso and Stroll. Probably the 2 slowest guys in the game when it comes to cars. But we've got 3 cars in front of us going extremely slowly. We're gonna go try and go down the inside of Alonso. Doesn't actually, it works out. I was gonna say it doesn't work out, but he's still side by side with us. He squeezes us. Oh my goodness me. We're on the gravel now, and Alonso squeezed us there, and we misjudged that corner, and I have no words. He squeezed us so much, we misjudged the braking zone, and we almost smashed in the back of Stroll, so we actually went off and into the gravel. We're now down to 19 as Max Verstappen then retires. We're up to 18, but as you can see we have 3 slow cars in front of us. We're definitely gonna try and get these ones to be down the inside of Leclerc. Not even an inch of space. My goodness. Lap 12 now, just 2 laps remaining now. We dive it down the inside. That was aggressive, but I'm just doing what the AI do. They defend aggressively, so we had to overtake them aggressively. But as you can see, there's another car there, which I think is a Haas. Could be Magnussen, you know, he had front wing damage, and it could be him actually. But we're getting a really good run on Van Dorn here. We could use our slipstream and DRS to overtake him. 3 wide almost it was into this corner. Dive it down the inside of Van Dorn. Oh goodness me, that was a lot of contact there with, and Leclerc is now, we're fighting now with Leclerc. But once again we get the position, and that is P15, and that car was actually Ericsson, not Magnussen. But we're going to come home in a very disappointing P15. What a disaster.
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Fermé. What a fantastic race it was. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
A red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Difficult call, but I'd say Lance Stroll. He was committed the entire race, and it's paid off with the result.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.
Good day today.
It wasn't a good race really today, was it? Just disappointing.
Perspective. It looks like your rival bested you today, doesn't it? You had a few bumps and scrapes today. Who would you say is at fault? Great. Well, that's everything.
What on earth was that performance? Come on, this isn't bumper cars at the fairground. Your results and conduct here matter, so pay more attention.
So yeah, Team Norland happy,
We've received invitations to new
and yeah, we're just gonna make an upgrade spree, an upgrade shopping spree. The first one is going to be a chassis update, and he actually recommends 2 chassis updates, so that's what we decide to go with. And so for the next race we have 2 chassis updates, and we can actually overtake Renault now, and actually compete now for good results and consistent points. But yeah, standings are looking good. Pierre Gasly gains some more points, as now we need to choose our new rival because we beat Fernando Alonso, which in the end we choose Kevin Magnussen there, which we collided with in this race, ironically. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, guys, don't forget to leave a like. I believe the next race is going to be Germany, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.